If you want to hide a dead leaf, you don't burn it. You throw it into a forest. On January 30th, the Department of Justice didn't give us transparency. They gave us a denial of service attack. 3 million pages. Dropped on a Friday night. They call this disclosure. I call it the Haystack Protocol. Think about the logistics. If you read 1 page a minute without sleeping, it would take you 6 years to finish this release. By the time you finish reading, the statute of limitations would be gone. The people involved would be dead, and you would be exhausted. This isn't data, it is noise. It is designed to exhaust you. They want you to drown in the catering menus and the flight logs so that you never look up long enough to see the structure of the prison. Let's use a pattern recognition analogy. Imagine you catch a burglar in your house. You hold him at gunpoint and ask, "What did you steal?" Instead of answering, he dumps a truckload of garbage into your living room. He pours out old receipts, candy wrappers, bus tickets, broken toys, and shredded paper. He looks at you and says, "The answer is in there." You find it. That is what the government just did. They didn't give you the client list. They gave you the garbage. They released pages upon pages of irrelevant emails about plumbing repairs on the island. They released logs of video games. They released the scheduling conflicts of the pilots. Why? Because while you are reading about a plumbing repair, you aren't asking about the wire transfers. Beneath that mountain of trash is a mechanism they don't want you to see. And to understand it, we need to go back to school. Imagine a school where trading lunch is banned. Strict zero-tolerance policy. If you hand your sandwich to Johnny in the hallway, the teacher sees it. The context is clear. A trade happened. You get caught. But what if the principal gives Johnny a special key to a private locker? You put your sandwich in at 9 a.m. You walk away. Johnny comes by at 3 p.m. and takes it out. The teacher sees nothing. No handoff. No interaction. The locker removes the context of the trade. The sandwich goes in, the sandwich comes out, but the transaction is invisible. The locker creates a void in space and time where the rules do not apply. In the Epstein network, he didn't use lockers. He used something much more expensive. He used the global banking system. In the real world, that locker is called private money lending. Epstein wasn't just a socialite. He was a node for shadow banking. He used private money lending networks to move assets without triggering the standard anti-money laundering alarms. Now, you might ask, where were the banks? Where was the oversight? This brings us to the most expensive lie in finance, the fiduciary financial advisor. In a normal bank, a fiduciary financial advisor is sworn to protect your interests. But in the high net worth world, the fiduciary duty flips. Their duty isn't to follow the law. It is to protect the privacy of the client. They engage in what I call compliance theater. They filled out the KYC Know Your Client forms, but they intentionally structure the accounts as mezzanine debt or equity financing through offshore trusts. When you move money as debt financing, it looks different on the books than a payment. It looks like a business deal. It looks boring, and boring is how you hide evil. We have seen this pattern before. Go back to 2008. The subprime mortgage crisis. What did the banks do then? They took toxic debt, garbage loans that will never be paid back, and they repackaged them. They hid them inside complex derivatives. They stripped away the context so nobody could see the rot inside. Epstein is the exact same pattern, just applied to human trafficking instead of housing. They took toxic actions, wrapped them in structured finance, and buried them in a haystack. The mechanism doesn't change. Only the victims change. And while we should be auditing the financial assets in these lockers, what is the internet doing right now? We are laughing at memes. Look at the trending topics. Epstein banned from Xbox. It is funny, it is viral, and it is a psyop. Every meme about a video game is a victory for the Haystack Protocol. It consumes your attention. It occupies a trend slot, pushing the real questions about compliance failure off the front page. While you are laughing at a gamer tag, the financial assets are being moved, renamed, and buried under another 1,000,000 pages of paper. This is the simulacra. It looks like justice. It has the paperwork of justice. But it is just noise. Do not download the files. Do not hunt for the names in the hay. If you want the truth, you have to learn to read the ledger.